today I gotta fix a bike. So the bearings in here, bottom bracket, are gone. Excuse the wobble. They're currently not in there. I've already took it apart, measured the bearings, and yeah, so I put it back together just so I can show you how I take it apart, the tools I use. Go from there. There's not many tools you need. It's quite an easy job. Yeah, I went to the shop, asked if they can fix it. They said you need a whole bottom bracket. I'm not paying 100 quid for a bike that's worth 20 quid. You know what I mean? So I ordered some off eBay because I know in the olden days you need to go to a shop, buy the bearings you need, fit them. You don't have to buy a whole bottom bracket for it. So I'm gonna fix it. That's excuse the mess. There's obviously rain outside, so the bike's in her, drums, and I got a new set of wheels, and I got some underlay. You asked underlay? Well, what I plan to do is I plan to put some underlay on the garage door, line it with wood, try and make it a bit more insulated, because obviously it's a garage. Currently it's quite cold in there, but I ain't really bothered. That doesn't really bother me. So yeah, I'm gonna try and make that a bit better. First, when I got the drums going, make it a bit quieter, a bit more respectful for the neighbours. But you know, right. So let's get us taking this apart, fit new bearings. Should maybe a short video. Let's go. Right. So first things first. Obviously, I already got the chain took off. Nice. Is undo the nuts in the middle. Obviously, it's old school. For some reason, you think it's the right what size it is, you guess, and it's wrong. It's actually 14 nuts for some reason. So let's crack these off. Or not. There we go. So it's just an easy job. I took it apart once or twice before just to re-grease them up when you service it, but when I took it apart last time, the one bearing was cracked, all bearings were everywhere. But anything of it, I just put it back together, fixed it, and then when I took it apart last time, my last bike ride, both were all smashed up, bearings everywhere. It was pleasant. So, oh sorry, what's doing using is this little tool. You screw this into the crank, you've got a thread on it, and then you screw this one through, and it just goes through to the bottom bracket and it pulls it off. I'm not sure what it's called. I call it a crank puller. Not sure if that's the correct term, but it's what I call it. So all I do is just screw that into the outside thread, because they got obviously got a thread on the outside. I think that's what they're designed for. And then I screw this one outer one in. I think I need another socket for this one. Right, I'll grab my inner socket. I think that's a 15 on there. Right, so I find best to use a deep socket because it fits on a nut. Right, so if you use a normal socket, you've got this bit to counter for. It gets in the way. I just screw that on so it gets tight. And hey presto, it comes off in one. Just back her off a bit, screw her out. Then sometimes you've got to use these to do them up tight, but normally doing them hand tight are fine. I just need to use a little bit just to get it off sometimes, just to crack it off and screw it. There you go, easy as that. And then just repeat the same process on the other side. So as it goes on the 40mm, hold the crank arm, crack off, and then screw it. So you can probably not use the tool, you could probably just hammer them off, but as you can tell on this one, if you can see it, can't really see it, can you? See it's just there, it's a crack. When I'm pedaling, that opens up. Oh, it's better that side there. Yeah, it's a crack that side, and it's starting to crack this side. So I don't know if they're complete plastic or if they're plastic on the outside, metal on the inside, but I don't want to smack it too hard because it'll break. Plus, that's what I found as well. Obviously, you can tell here. I got no suspension. I removed it, so it's more like a hardtail now. So it's easier to cycle up hills. Because when I had the suspension, going up hills was not fun. Because obviously, you have the suspension compressing. And it's supposed to. If you look at all the people that do cycling on roads, they have like no suspension at all, no front suspension, no back suspension. There we go. That one's off. Okay. Easy as that. Right, see what I mean? That one's tight. So we'll just back this one off. It's still tight? No. There we go. Job done. Right. So now I've got to move this part here, which I need just a adjustable wrench. I think you can get the correct size for it. I'll have a look a minute. I'll see if I've got it. No, I don't have the right tool. That's right. So just undo the adjustable. I tried doing this one the other day, but I didn't have the right size. So I did this one here, and it all coming from one. So I thought that was good enough. Like I said, it's been up before, so it's not tight. So instead, you can tell there's no bearings in there. They're all half of them over the floor, half of them over the sides on the worktop. Because both braces, like the old school braces, well I call them braces, I don't know if that's the correct term. So that's just the cup. Bearings sit in here on both sides. There's one this side, one that side. And then you've got the bottom bracket. Where the new ones come with the bearings already attached to here, the sealed bearings. But this is an old school one. So I'll show you the braces, the old ones, the new ones. Just refit them, re-grease them, go from there. So that's what we're working with. These are the old bearings. So the balls sit in these gaps here, which there's two sat there. See them? But the rest of them are over my desk here. Look, I think I have a game of pinball or something. I don't know. So that sits against that, and then your outer cup, which goes on the frame, just sits over. The other way, I think it is. I'm getting backwards, but yeah, sits in there and it does that. But when you got no bearings in there, ain't no good. So these are new ones. All ball bearings are in there. All nice. So we'll grease these up, fit to the bike, and yeah. So you can convert the bikes to the new style, but I'm getting a new bike in November, and this bike has got to last me till then. So I'm kind of borrowing the bike slash now own the bike. It's my dad's old bike, but he doesn't want it back. He says I can have it, so I'm just going to try and maintain it. So if my bike ever breaks, I'll have a spare bike here. So let's get these in the grease. I'm back on the bike. Also, I've already took the bearings out of it before. I've given it a clean and a greasing already. So all I've got to do is just grease the new ones up. And I'm not quite sure if it matters what grease you put on there, but the only stuff I've got in the garage that I can use is copper grease. So it is. Can't much difference, can it? It's waterproof. Been using quite a few things on the car, so I can't see it being a big issue on the bearings. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're a biker or a bike mechanic and you think I shouldn't be using this, just let me know in the comments. What would you recommend I use? And is this stuff okay to use? So that's obviously got a bit of grease on there. So we'll stick it with the balls on the outside and the brace at the back. Luckily, the bar is the same both sides. so it doesn't matter which way you put the bar in. So you put that bar back through, wiggle it about, make sure it's in there. Do the same to this side. Let's get a bit of a, so I'm using just a bit of a rag, applying it a bit on there. I used to have a paintbrush in my copper grease. That's what you always used to do, but I haven't got any at the minute. I kind of ran out of my paintbrushes. Right, and then this one, I just put it in the cup, the brace, the back end. Stick it on in, and screw it up. And what we'll do then is just tighten that one up, and that's be done. See? Nice. Right. Last time I did this, I think I did it up a bit too tight, so I could have possibly done it too tight. I don't know if there's, I know on cars and stuff you do stuff to certain torques, on bikes you do like torque settings. I don't know if there's anything such thing for push bikes. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm not a bike mechanic. I am a car mechanic. So, well, I used to be a car mechanic, not anymore. But it can't be much difference to working on cars, can it? If I can see what I'm doing upside down. Let's get a bit tighter, so we'll crack off a bit. I'll do it. New play, nice movement. Job done. Right, all good now. Let's put the cranks back on. So what I was off, I can show you there. Look, there's that crack in there, going all the way through. So if you know anything about bikes, it's quite heavy and sturdy. I can't imagine that being solid plastic. I thought there's some metal in there because there's obviously metal in here and metal in the thread here, so you can't really see what's in the crack, what's there. But it's also getting some stress signs over here, this side. Like I said, this has got to last me a whole another month, and I get a new bike next month. And these ones I was putting this in, taking this bit out, screwing it right out, and hammering it in, but I don't think you need to. They go on enough just for the bolt to catch the thread. See how it screws in? It's just as easy, just screw it on. How about that one right way? Lovely job. Look at that. So we just go a lot better than what it used to be. And obviously, make sure your crank arm is just the camera, so you can see this side. There we go. So yeah, make sure your crank's opposite and not the same way. So the good thing about these old school ones is the heads on these are square, so you only got like 4 different angles you can put it on. Where the new bikes are multi, so you got to make sure you're dead on the dead straight. So I did it on my BMX once, and they're slightly off, and it's quite pleasant riding that as a pedal slightly off. But as I said, it's weren't too easy. My cranks have got a special tool to fit in because I've got, it only bolts one side. My cranks, my BMX, so I've got a special tool to take them on and off. Bit of a nightmare when I first done it, because it was all tight and all that, but after using it a couple of times, it's easy again. So screw that on there. There you go. Look how easy that spins now. A good set of bearings, we're good to go. And what you'll do then is just grab your chain, try and force it past there. I had trouble last time getting this chain off. I don't know why. Don't normally have trouble getting chains on and off. There you go. So the crank that way. Over there we go. Over there. Put on the lowest gear. So you shouldn't really do it upside down because it messes all settings up. So there's obviously the cranks in there. So yeah, I can't spin it because if you haven't noticed, I ain't got a seat. So I have to do it old school way. I'm not catch my hands. There we go. That's on there. So there is a slight bit of plate in there, but I don't want to go too much tighter because I don't want to crack it. Or can you crack them? I don't know. Let's go. I can't get on there, can I? No, that's all right. We'll leave it like that. Got a bit of play. It's not a lot. As I said, it's an old bike. It's bound to have a bit of slack in it. So there you go. That's how you go about changing a set bottom brackets, bearings, old school ones, not new school ones. New school ones are easy, you just unbolt, bolt back in, you haven't got to mess about all these bearings and stuff. And I'm pretty sure half my bearings have gone down in there because there's a little hole up at the top of there. And when I took the bearings out, they rattled. I think they're down in there now. So, I don't know. They have to live in there for now. Thanks for watching.